and welcome. My name is Faith Imai, and this is The Breakfast Show on TSL Nigeria TV.
Hi and welcome. Starting a business is a great idea, but not everyone can sustain the business. With the advent of social media and other factors, business times have changed. And so as well, strategies too must also change. On the Breakfast Show this morning, we are joined by a special person, one who is a business consultant and developer in person of Osanlumensi. I hope I got that correctly. Christopher, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so first up, you're a business developer
Yes.
and a consultant.
I don't really like that one.
Why don't you like it? Why? It's not among your portfolio.
Not that. Like, I do what a consultant does, but I just feel it's
It's very.
elitist.
It's no, now, Abba.
I know, I'm serious. Like, because like the bulk of my clientele are small and micro enterprises.
Okay.
So when you go around, you know, calling yourself a consultant, that's not the bad thing either way. But a lot of time there's this sense of, that's not for me. That's for.
But don't you think that's like something you should look out for, considering the bigger picture?
Yeah. But I think at the end of the day, for the bigger picture, so you're talking about, if I get you correctly, you're saying as I grow, as I expand my business now, I shouldn't
From
drive
small,
the
medium
bigger
enterprise.
Exactly.
clients.
The bigger clients.
I think when it gets to that bridge, my work should speak for me, not my title.
But you also consult for small enterprises, right?
Yes, they are the bulk
We
of
are
my clients.
sticking with the word consultant for you on the show.
Yes.
Welcome. So tell us.
Consultant.
Tell myself, tell Faith, tell our audience, how did you find yourself here?
Okay, long story. But okay, summarized version was right from when I was younger. I always wanted to be a business person.
Why? Who inspired you? Your father, your mother, your uncle?
Actually, no. Funny, my parents are like really 9 to 5, very conventional. Folks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Or more like money inspired you.
No, actually, no. Actually, it doesn't.
What was your inspiration, Joe?
Okay. Let me tell you very reference. There was this one time.
Okay.
I saw this Nigerian movie like back in the day, like 90s, OJ production type stuff, and this guy lost his job and they took his house and they took his car and all that. And I'm like,
Oh,
so as a child, I'm like, so somebody just loses their job and they're back to like square one. I said, nah.
such is life.
Yeah, I'll never work for anybody.
Are you serious?
So was that crazy? Then I think this book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, also helped.
Oh,
Rebecca
okay.
Kiyosaki,
Yeah, Rebecca Kiyosaki.
Yeah, I read that when I was kind of younger, like my teens when I read that, and just kind of like just cemented the whole thing.
Great. So let's be factual. Let's look at the business space in Nigeria currently.
Okay.
What would you say is the current problem? Let's leave out COVID-19. Even before the advent of COVID-19, the business sector in Nigeria is going through, has gone through a lot, and now COVID-19 has stepped in.
Okay.
How would you describe the business space in Nigeria?
So if there are like two questions there. So the first one is what is wrong
With the business space
and describing the
Describing
business space.
business
Okay, so when it comes to Nigeria, there's always something wrong to be said. It's unfortunate.
Before you continue, I need to find out, do you think there's something wrong with the Nigerian business space?
Really? Yes, I think.
Okay, you think so?
Couple of issues.
Okay.
So let's go for that.
But that being said, I'm one of those people that I feel no matter how terrible your situation is, there's either something you can do to make it better or worse.
Okay.
So that's my belief. So coming back to what Uzizi said, I hope I got it.
You got it correctly.
Yeah, so coming back to the question you asked. So in terms of the Nigerian business space, I would say first things first, there are a lot of infrastructural, issues. So I won't start going so far off. I'm talking about federal government, time and all that.
Let's leave that first.
Yeah, so locally, I would say first of all, multiple taxation.
Okay.
So for a lot of businesses, I think Obaseki is working towards it. I don't know. I can't, say
Pinpoint for now.
pinpoint for that. But a lot of times, if you open a shop and you have a signboard, while you're building the shop, nobody will come and meet you. After like a month, some guys will come say, I'm from Oredo. Now will come out from state.
Whatever.
So like you have like several different agencies taxing you on the same thing. So then also in terms of infrastructure, not roads and all that, a lot of times there's no money. I don't want to explain it. There's no what's that word? There's no structure to fund entrepreneurs. It's usually a very, very lengthy process.
Okay.
And even when they are some sort of like trader money and the rest. The money that they give is
Trader money.
No, we can't come straight.
Yeah, exactly.
We can't,
Because I'm not
we
saying
can't, we can't even mention it
But
here.
the point is that exactly like the money they give is really
It's a joke.
Yeah, exactly, it's a joke. So
Compared to what you even do.
Yeah, exactly. So for the most part, in terms of like the real money, serious money to solve your problems, it's not really available. And even when it's available, a lot of entrepreneurs don't have the skill set to obtain that money. That's that's actually part of the reasons why people like myself sprung up.
Coming from where you just landed,
Yeah.
you said, and I agree with you, that there are lots of persons while you build your store, they're nowhere to be found.
Yes.
While you even dream about this business, are nowhere to be found. But the moment you just start selling and you have a store, you have different people from different councils coming up, different organizations, different whatever coming up, just to collect funds from you. And sometimes it happens on a daily, sometimes weekly, sometimes monthly.
Yes.
And even where I come from in Delta State, if you put an extension, you've rented a store, you want to do an extension so that rain won't get in, so you have to pay.
Exactly.
You have to pay. Like, you really have to pay. If you want to put a signboard, you will pay. If you put cement on the floor, like you want to tap the front of your store, you have to pay for it. So I'm asking, like, is there anything that can be done? Is it possible to have a standard structure to check these various taxations that affect business people?
Honestly, like, that's a little out of my scope because that's where the House of Assembly comes in.
Okay.
Although
But as a businessman, definitely you have one or two clients who has complained about this, right?
Okay, so my answer to that question will sound very shallow, but it's more so like just make enough money so you can cover the
Exactly.
Are you serious?
Talking
No,
about,
I'm
talking
serious,
about
like-
making enough money, because that's my own thought exactly. Like, if you're going into business, there's no how you can run away from paying your taxes or paying your levies.
Yeah.
Now the problem is, I think a lot of people are not supposed to go into business. As funny as this may sound,
that's
some
what-
people
Not
are
everybody's supposed
wired
to.
for 9 to 5. Because
Yes.
I've seen a lot of people go into business because of the idea of, I do not want to work for anybody.
But you have to work for somebody.
But they don't even have the capacity or the technical know-how to run a business. And if I suggest Chris to them right now and say, okay, go meet Chris, let him give you some, and they'll tell you, I don't want to pay. I don't want to pay. Chris is going to take my money. So I want to know how you are able to talk to people who own small businesses, how you are able to advise them without them thinking that there's something you want to benefit, because most people need this advice before investing
Venturing
whatever
into
money they
business.
have into businesses.
Okay, so first things first, I think the first step is you have to be able to give them value.
Okay.
Now, I don't blame people for having the perception they have about, because a lot of times you see people go on Instagram, they sound very with the catchy theme song at the background. And,
Motivational speakers.
You get so
Avoid me.
I get where they are coming from. So that is why for me, like, there's always one course I'm taking on another course I'm taking, and for most consultants, not just myself, there's always one course.
A consultant.
Yeah,
I agree.
For most developers, there's always one course or the other they are taking because you have to be able to give them value. Now, coming back to how do I talk to people, it's a very simple thing. What I'll tell you is this. Now, in terms of business as itself, it's dominated by our brothers across the Niger. Now, there's what they call the Nwa boy system. Okay, or apprenticeship system. Okay, so basically, so you are, let's assume you are selling this mug.
Okay.
You go into business to sell this mug. You finish school, say last year. You find work, you don't see job. Now you carry some money, I want to sell mug. Then work for whatever reason, somebody gives you like ₦1 million or whatever, you start more business. Now you're competing with this man that left his village when he was probably like 12, has been working for a master
For about 15 years.
for like 7-8 years.
Yeah.
And you expect to, even if you start with 500K, we'll beat you.
That's the truth. He
Yeah,
knows
he
the
will he
in
will
and
beat you,
out.
Exactly. So a lot of times, for most entrepreneurs, you have to have an edge, and that is where we come. So we are your edge. That's how I explain it simply. And you have to now back that up with your value. Like, you know what? It's not just about telling you, oh, we can do this. We can. Okay, let me give you a personal experience. So a while back, a client came to me and she said she wanted an investment very recently. She's a good friend, and I said, okay, from XYZ investor. I said, how much? She told me the figure. I said, okay, no problem. Now, where value comes in is, I explained to her that, you know what, before we take that money, we need to know your income statement. Let's know how much profit and loss you'll be making to that point, and whether or not you're making losses. So when we're talking about loss, talking about like net losses, not just gross, and all that. So you make, I I bought this thing 5 naira, I sold it for 10 naira. I made 5 naira. Yes,
Yeah,
so that's
for
gross.
transportation, everything,
Transportation,
lights,
you get
bill.
my point. It's not that 5 naira, you're not owing maybe like 10 naira at the end of the day. So I was like, okay, let's do this for the last 4 months you've been in business. Then let's do a projection for the next 8 months. So after we did that, we discovered that if she does take that money, to put her in a very, very tight spot.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the kind of value I bring, or people people in my industry, bring for clients, So it's just, you don't have now for the Nwa boy that has been doing it for like 6-7 years, he already know that in his head. So you tell him how to give family, he'll tell you no, don't worry, not you done. Yes, but for you that are just starting out, you don't know those.
The underworkings.
Exactly. So that's where we come in. So that's the value we sell to clients and explain and try to convince them that what.
We can't even stress this enough. I remember when I started out selling for my thrift. The market was there, right? But I did not just jump into it. I had a friend who has been doing, so I asked her the do's and the don'ts and how. And I wanted to just go ahead and sign the bill. She said, no, don't do that. I said, why? She said, but I'm going to get close. She said, no. She said, start from the table market first. So get to know the people in the market, use your eyes to observe and stuff. And she told me how to get clothes that have labels and stuff like that. So anybody can just jump into it, but you will not get what your customers want. Yes,
Exactly.
there are.
Your business has seasons.
Yes,
so
there are.
tell you, don't buy this, don't sell.
Yes,
Yeah.
do you understand?
Yeah,
There are different seasons for
Exactly. So
it.
that girl was your consultant.
Yes.
So that's
Yes.
Okay, we'll
that's-
also talk about your clientele
Okay.
and their testimonials. A lot of business developers will come and say, if you talk to me, I'll give you the right advice. But they will not tell us about the testimonials.
Okay.
And even if they want to they'll tell us only the positive parts.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to know about your clientele, how you've been able to reach people beyond Benin City, because I'm definitely sure you've been able to reach people beyond Benin City,
Yeah.
and what the challenges has been like for you. If you've ever had a client that you advised, this is not me trying to water down your expertise or anything. If you've ever had a client that you've had, because some people are stubborn, you tell them do this, and they go ahead and do another thing, and when it fails, they run back to you and say, Christopher, see what you did. It did not work out, stuff like that. But yeah, we'll get to that. But I need to let you know that we are currently live on Facebook. You can drop your questions at TSL Nigeria TV. A lot of people are saying hello to Christopher right now on Facebook. Yeah,
Chris,
so
you call all your family members to come
you
on
can
the show.
actually drop your questions on Facebook. So let's talk about your clientele challenges with clients and how you've been able to break out of Benin City and reach people outside Benin and Nigeria as a whole.
Okay, so in terms of challenges, yeah, some people are stubborn. So going back to that investment issue, we went back and forth. She argued and argued. Like she was like,
500K seems like a big sum.
So, but I was like, so at the end of the day, I had this colleague I worked with a while ago, and shout out to Ehi. She taught me a lot of stuff, and she always tell me, don't tell me the problem. I know the problem. Tell me a solution to my problem. So, the best way I could, help her was, I'm not like, instead of taking this money, let's do this instead. And she was like, okay, that works. And that was what, she could calm her down. So, a lot of times, yes, that is the challenge. Some people are very, very stuck in their ways because part of the psychological makeup of being an entrepreneur means you're stubborn.
Dogged.
Yeah, you're dogged, exactly. So, somebody that is dogged and stubborn by nature, how do you tell the person,
Break the person.
like, this thing you're doing doesn't make sense? And, so far so good, they've been supposedly reaping the rewards. And I think that it doesn't make sense. Like, how do you convince them? Then, as for breaking out of Benin, the internet is like really powerful.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
it's really, really, really powerful. So, I do YouTube videos, I post, although I don't have so much views, but I'm not putting enough effort.
You're not partnering with yourself.
Let us help you run your business.
I do YouTube videos, but for the YouTube, Instagram, articles, I enjoy writing articles about business.
Yeah.
But for the most part, usually
The work speaks for you.
So, when you start getting referrals, not that you're there. oh.
Yeah.
You're there, you're big.
Yeah.
But when you're big,
You're big. Okay, so
Now-
we have a lot of comments right now on Facebook, and I'll start with the first one. This one is from Adeze Obi Egbu, and she's saying, "Good morning, Christopher." Hello, Christopher. And Adeze is also saying if you can ask a question. You can go ahead and ask the question, Ada. Okay, Patrick Ubane is okay. Adeze is saying, all right, have a zero capital business, please. She's asking if you can have a zero capital business.
This is what
I
I started my business with nothing.
No,
I started a business with literally nothing.
If I catch you, I'll slap you.
Okay, hold
Is
on.
this true? Is this true?
Okay, depends on the industry.
Okay.
Any industry.
Okay, so say, for instance,
Haba.
hold up. If you do home service for making hair, you can start with zero capital.
Okay, I need a hair dryer. Let's be honest.
No. Hold on, that boils down to the kind of hair you make.
Okay.
You understand? I'm breaking it down. So,
Even if I'm making braids,
no, even though if you're
I
making
need to buy a comb.
Let's leave the artistry part, like assistants, out of this.
Yeah.
Is there any business you want to go into? Not with your hand now.
Yeah.
I say I want to polish you. Even I want to polish, I need to
You
buy
buy
brush. I need to buy
brush.
polish.
No,
And so, is there any business? 'Cause you hear a lot of motivational speakers say, "I started with nothing." You can start
that's
also.
not possible. Okay, so here's the deal. I think when I say you can start with zero, I'm talking about like in terms of money. But you must start with something.
Because we need money.
But not a lot.
Not a lot.
Okay.
You can start with network. So I talked about hair, for instance.
Yeah.
Now, hair, although that's not really like kettle of fish, but if you decide that you want to be braiding people's hair home service, you need to buy a recharge card. So yeah, you can't start with zero.
Exactly. So I've done deep thinking about
Yeah,
this.
you-
But
you- What do
I want to
no matter
do?
what it is you want to do, you need at least something.
At
So
least
let's-
you
let's
need-
be
you
honest.
need something.
Let's motivational speakers be honest.
Please tell us
Okay,
the
so we
truth.
have more questions. This one is from Juana Adana, and she is saying nowadays passion and hard work isn't enough to grow and sustain businesses on
Yes.
social media, but it's a very necessary market as it houses many potential clients. What's your advice on growing businesses on social media? Because that has become like a hub. It's a marketplace on its own.
Okay, social media. So at the end of the day, first of all, I like to make it very clear, I'm not a digital marketer.
Okay.
No, it's the truth. I like being honest. I know my strong suits, finance, economics, accounting, and all that. That's the area. But in terms of growing your business on social media, I think it goes back to growing your business anywhere, which is about value creation. So for social media, it's a lot more complicated. You're dealing with algorithms. You're trying to battle, because now the bigger guys are on social media. You have to buy from Nestle, Cadbury. So while you are spending back in the day, if you use $5,000 to sponsor posts, you will get returns. Nowadays, it won't take you anywhere. So I think at the end of the day, it's creating value, then referrals, testimonials work a lot. So if you manage to get one person on Instagram, just beg the person to
Review.
and
Give me a review.
Put a review. So
Okay, time is actually running fast on the show today. I'm enjoying the discussion because
It's
inside of
business. It has to do with
business
money.
Now, being a business person to begin with, we deal with customers,
yeah.
and we have this word that customer is king, right?
Consumerism, yeah, that's
Customer is king, but there are lots of customers that will want to frustrate
We want to
your
change it
effort,
for them.
that will want to make you feel like, God, why am I here to do this business?
okay.
What's your general advice to people who are into business on how to handle customers?
It depends how much that customer is paying. So if that customer is from hell, but you're paying a lot of money.
So the money controls your mood.
Yeah, actually.
Are you serious, Chris?
No, see, listen.
It's wisdom.
At the end of the day, we are here to make money.
Yeah.
According to who's the rapper, I'm not coming to snap picture. You have to make money. So, like, no, I'm serious. Like, it's
So are you saying that whatever the customer does, you should be able to take it?
as long as it doesn't, like, human rights and all of that are not infringed.
Okay.
Suck it up and make your. See, I love the Igbos a lot. They are part of, like, in terms of, like, studying business. I like the way they operate.
I've collected an Igbo name for myself.
Yes,
Or
sir.
Biangeli.
You get, so at the end of the day, like, you can tell him he's a goat. You're like, no vex. It's your money at the end of the day. He's probably richer than you. You get my point? So don't take it personal. You're here to make money. As long as it's not infringing your personal rights, then suck it up, do your job, and collect it.
But I still feel, as I've been on both ends, I've been a customer and I've been a seller. So I just feel some customers should be calming down. I think it's necessary, because at the end of the day, if you are going to be mean to someone who is offering, the person can mess up your job.
That's true.
Because there are things that happen in different fields. Okay. I will use mechanics, for instance. I don't know anything about cars. Okay. If my car has an issue and I take it down, you tell me, now this one, now that one, now that one, now this one, now this one. I will tell you, fix it. My own job is fix it. I don't want to be hearing that sound again. The leg, they shake. So even if nothing is wrong with my car, and I go for 2 hours and I come back and you tell me it's done and I drive it and it's good, I'll pay you your money. Yeah. But in a situation where maybe as a customer you are mean to a certain, to someone who's offering a service, trust me, that person can do something more harmful to your vehicle or to whatever it is. Some people are not professional like that. So I just still feel as customers, you should still, you know, there's a
very
way,
simple.
there's a way, it happens. There's a way
That
to,
is killing his business at the expense of feelings.
man, a lot of people really don't care. That's what he's talking about. A lot of people get emotional about some certain things. So we too, as customers, we are kings. Yes, let's act like kings and queens that we are.
Calm down with me when I tell you.
No, but the thing is, like I see, I can't speak from the standpoint of the customer. But what I can talk from the point of a business person. You just have to suck it up.
Whatever.
Yeah, like just try.
That's why I said I've been on both sides. It's been an interesting conversation. Honestly, I wish this doesn't end because we still have a lot to talk about. So we'll have like a continuation, hopefully, a sequel of my business and you. So if you are a business owner out there, you heard it from the business developer himself. Suck it up, whatever it is. But trust me, I'm not going to be the mean customer. I will not. Yeah, of course.
As long as.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for joining us on the show today. Keep doing what you are doing with your business. I believe that consistency is key. You'll definitely start making the money. And for those of you who are thinking you can sleep and wake up zero capital, and you have the only thing you have is Nigeria. You are on your own. No, better find some money, you know, to push yourself. And on the long run, of course, investors will come up. My name is Faith Imai. Thank you so much once again for joining us on The Breakfast Show today. Do not forget to follow us on all the social media platforms at TSL Nigeria TV. Have an amazing rest of the day. Toodles.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.